TikTok hits the clock. It is a sports o'clock. And this is how we'll welcome you to yet another exciting edition on the show, Sport Lounge. Reaching you live from the studio of Voice of the People, 96.1 FM, Abuja. It is 3 minutes gone past the hour of 4 p.m. on the 16th day in the month of May 2024. It has been a wet day in the nation's capital, and a lot has been happening all across the world of sports, from the beach soccer league down to the handball competition, and of course the one that is going right there in Africa, talking about the basketball of African League, Ball, as well as the biggest news that we are hearing, talking about the one emanating from the Super Eagles, where we hear that Victor Osimhen might not be available for the game against the Bafana of South Africa and Squirrels of Benin. Just when we thought that the legacy of Fasuba is about to come to an end, but boom, emerged the daughter who is shattering records all across UK. What has she done? Stay tuned to find out a lot from the foreign scene. The players have decided to rally around the coach Mauricio Pochettino and have decided to fight for him now that Chelsea's European football for next season has been confirmed. And for Manchester United, it is exodus of players out of the club. Arsenal are praying, fighting, sacrificing lots of goods, I must say, to West Ham, and rendering renditions to their fans all across London to see how they can help them stop the firepower of Manchester City. And in the world of basketball, it's all about Jokic as he keeps shining all across the Eastern Conference. All of these and many more loading on the show. My name is Franklin Imanad, the one you love to call Uncle Fine Boy, and the sports chef that loves to give you a sports story hot and spicy. One man is so itchy and eager, of course, to let his voice heard on the show. Come on, Sports Bishop, have your say.
Okay, guys, come on. Sorry for that bump in action, but these things happen every day.
That is why it is sport. It's a rush.
Absolutely. Anyway, guys, we know the latest happening from the Nigerian Beach Soccer League in the Newi. We'll be bringing that to you just like you like it. We hear as well that, come on, lots happening in our own Nigerian Premier Football League, the NNL. We hear, we'll bring that to you as well. We'll also let you know we hear the sittings for the Basketball Africa League is out, and we now know the team that Rivers Hoopers will play. We'll let you know about that as well. And of course, every other thing you need to know as we look at the games coming up tonight, as we count down, I call it the countdown to the final day of the EPL season.
Absolutely. So get your seatbelt strapped on and your sporty helmet on, cause it promises to be a jolly good ride. Let's go on this breather. When we return straight to the local scene, we will take you. And of course, where should we begin from if it's not from the Nigerian Premier Football League, as the game went down yesterday, talking about one of the reverse fixture, one of the outstanding games also for Rivers United. They had to travel far away to the east to take on Abia Warriors, and that journey ended in futility, courtesy of the goals scored by Samson Bosa Obi in the 64th minute and Meme Okike in the 95th minute to send Rivers United home without a point. Elated coach of Abia Warriors had this to say after the game, talking about Coach Bethel Oji of Abia Warriors. Hear him speak after the game.
That's our strategy. God helped us with what today.
For the neutrals, something that captivated them in the first half, the movement of your players off the ball. You know, Pascal was free to move from right to left, same with Ono. What effort does it take you to impart this into them?
Well, as a coach, you keep training every day. Any of your players you see that have a shortcoming, you try to develop him in an area that is going down, so that he gets improved. So I think that will happen because we did a lot of ball work, we do movement with the ball, without the ball, off the ball. All this, I believe, it paid off today.
You also, with the win, Abia Warriors, the way the league is, no one is safe from the dreaded relegation. Do you think this win will help your team to have even more confidence going to the final 6 matches?
Yes, because this is what I've been dreaming of, to win this match. Because if I didn't withdraw this match, that means we sink. But now, with this victory, I believe we can get more victories subsequent matches.
Pascal was the standard man of the match for Abia Warriors, and he had a hand in all the goals. What can you say about the lad?
That's a sign of improvement from his previous games. Because, like I said earlier, we went on ball work, everybody off and on the ball, and it paid off this evening.
And what about Daniel Watlai? People seem to be impressed with his overall play, even both going to the attack. Before you came on board, at a point he was even playing as centre back. How were you able to reconfigure him back to who he is?
Well, as a player, I played football, and I see its potentials in him as a midfield player because of the forcefulness, the marking ability, and we have good centre backs.
One man talking about Pascal for Abia Warriors was the man of match. He put up a standout performance, and there you hear the coach celebrating his players as well as other players, saying that both the centre backs also did a good job by keeping a clean sheet. Let's hear the coach of Rivers United also speaking to us following the defeat yesterday to Abia Warriors.
3-point lost. Your impression about the game?
Well, a little bit of God. First 45 minutes, goalless. Second 45 minutes, we lost 2-0. That's the question mark. It's a game situation. We'll give it to Abia Warriors.
So what do you think went wrong for your side in the second half?
Really, when the game changes, fatigue. You can imagine the number of matches we have played over time. Now down, yeah. But our team is a champion team. Our team is a continental team. It's not the team that complains. Rivers United don't complain. We'll take the game as we say it. We'll go home, tighten all loose areas, and we'll correct it.
Yes, both goals conceded seem to arise from not reacting to off-the-ball situations from your team. Is that a cause for concern for you?
As I said earlier, we have moved around within the past 12 days. All game situations are all noted. We attend to them.
Now it seems as though qualifying to the continent via the league is becoming largely impossible for Rivers United. How do you approach the next 7-8 games?
Nobody knows tomorrow. One game at a time.
Nobody knows tomorrow. I love this coach, Sport Bishop. It is a one game at a time. It looks like Rivers United are walking on tight ropes.
Absolutely, really walking on tight ropes. Rivers United, like we thought, will be competing for the continental football. Don't forget they were in the CAF competition score where they were taken out by USM Algiers. And we expected them to do better, but it is what it is. They sit somewhere in the mid-table. And like I said, it looks like their hopes for continental football may be gone. But they got a lot to play for. Maybe for bragging right to push them up the table. And maybe finishing the top 5, top 6 at the end of the season. But it's looking likely that they may not be able to get to top 4 because of their poor form. Like you said, they have failed to win a game in 4, 3 losses and 1 draw. And it looked like all the outstanding games that they thought were going to be useful to them
Absolutely.
have absolutely been useless to them because they only moved 1 point up after that draw. Apart from that, it was an abysmal performance. We saw that against Sunshine Stars where they lost by a goal to the course those goals. They go by Ibrahim Aliyu in the 7 minutes. And again, losing again this one to Samson Obi, who was fantastic on the night as well. So really sad for Rivers United and Stanley Ekuma.
All right, before we move over now to the Nigerian Beach Soccer League, let's give you updates concerning the injury of Victor Osimhen, as well as the likes of Ola Aina saying that they want to beat South Africa and Benin Republic for Coach Finidi George. Victor Osimhen will miss Friday's Serie A clash with Fiorentina. Osimhen, who did not participate in training on Wednesday due to a muscular problem and only had a physiotherapy and personal work in the gym. Pierre Zelensky and Mario Rui also worked separately from the rest of the squad, but Jens Lindstrom is back in the group following his injury. But then ahead of the doubleheader of the World Cup qualifier between the Super Eagles of Nigeria, of course, and the South Africa defender Ola Aina said that they want to win the match to welcome coach Finidi George. Though the Super Eagles will host the Bafana of South Africa in the match day 3 before playing away to the Cheetahs of Benin Republic in the match day 4 in Cote d'Ivoire. Sport Bishop, it looks like Osimhen will be missing him, but thankfully we have a Boniface.
Yeah, it could be, but it's not fully done and dusted. The report I got from Italy yesterday was the fact that he would miss the games against on Friday, but he should be ready for the game for Nigeria.
Should we? Okay.
Game for Bafana, and of course the Cheetahs of Benin Republic. But now we're hearing that he could also still miss it. But I don't think it's going to be a problem for Nigeria. I think the attacking option has been somewhere that have been solid. We've got Tarim Murphy scoring goals.
True.
We've got Victor Boniface as
Paul
well.
Onwachu is there as well.
He's also having fun. Ademla Lukman as well can step in. We saw that in the AFCON. So, as much as it's going to be a big blow, missing the African Footballer of the Year, but come on, it's something that Nigeria will get used to. It's part of the game. You have to brace up and move on. For all I know, saying the right thing, come on, who doesn't want to see something that is... He needs the coach to back him up, and he has to back the coach as well. So,
true.
Good one for him, and we'll see how things pan out when they play. But I love the fact that I just hope they want to win for Nigerians, not for the judge. They want to win because they want to be at the World Cup. You got Anthony George to the bracket because he's a new manager, a new man in town. But for how long are you going to be giving him that new feeling? It's about winning games, and that's why he was brought here for. So it's about getting Nigeria to the World Cup. That's important thing.
That is the most important thing, getting at the World Cup qualification ticket. And of course, we cannot afford to miss the World Cup come 2026. All right, away from that, let's touch down at the beautiful world of the water and sand football. I love to call the beach soccer. In the early hours of this morning, it was the match day game 6 as well as the game 20 that went down early hours of this morning, where Kebbi Beach Soccer Club defeated Kebbi United Beach Soccer Club by 6 goals to 5, where Hamza Manga was responsible for 4 goals, and then Abdullahi Hassan and of course Usman Bello were the goal scorer for Kebbi Beach Soccer Club, and then Sadiq Umar put 5 single-handedly for Kebbi United to at least restore parity in that game. But the man of the match had to go to Sadiq Umar undoubtedly for putting 5 goals past Kebbi Beach Soccer Club. It was a beautiful game at the other side, where Kada Beach Soccer Club also had to redeem their image by defeating Manko Patigia Beach Soccer Club by 5 goals to 1. Victor Tale got 2 goals. Dozie Franca also got a brace in that one, and Lawal Ishaka got on the score sheet. Agemo Samuel also responsible for the lone goal scored by Patigi Umamko Beach Soccer League. Of course, Victor Tale got the man of the match in that one. Spot Bishop, it seems that the Beach Soccer League keeps giving us fantastic games and good results.
Absolutely. You know, the games were... I did not start a schedule for the 7 and 8 a.m. kickoff because of due to the rainfall in Nnewi, Anambra State. But like I said, the game did start, and kudos. We saw the games that went down yesterday. Kebbi getting the bragging rights over Kebbi Beach Soccer Club, and of course, you can also give kudos as well to the other team that got the job done. Talking about Kada, it was a spanking. Don't forget, only 2 teams. 2 teams have won this competition before, with this Kebbi Beach Soccer Club and of course Kada, and they showed dominance, winning both their games today. I'll wait and see what happens in the final game. That game is for 4 p.m. and of course 5 p.m. we have Mangi Patigi taking on Jigawa Beach Soccer Club, and of course Kebbi United Beach Soccer Club will be in action again when Anambra, the host. Anambra won the first game 3-2 earlier yesterday, and they want to continue that feat. You know, it will be unprecedented that Anambra returns to the Beach Soccer League and makes it to the Super 4. They've not been there for some time now. And to see the love and the investment in beach soccer in Anambra State.
Absolutely.
That a certain sponsor is saying that they want to build another beach soccer stadium in Nnewi. That tells you that the sponsor is growing and the investment are pouring in. So wait and see how things pan out. But I tell you, if Anambra do wins this one, they give themselves a big chance to making it to the Super 6 that will take place in Kaduna.
All right, Sport Bishop, do we have any in-swinger from the Androva handball competition going down?
Games are ongoing, but hopefully by tomorrow morning we'll be bringing you all the games from both the female and the male category. Is the 4, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. And we're waiting to see how things pan out in that one. So as things are going down in the British Soccer League, there's also things going down as well in the Androva Handball Premier League. We'll bring that to you at some point. 8:30 a.m. at Sport Beats. We'll bring it to you all the results.
All right, talking about bringing all the results, the biggest result that we are about dishing to you right now has to do with the one going down in in Kigali, Rwanda. We are here that Nigerians representative at the 2024 Basketball African League BAL Rivers Hoopers will now officially battle AS Douanes of Senegal in one of the 4 sitting games in the playoffs that will be going down in Kigali come next week. The two teams played against each other twice in the Sahara Conference held last week in Dakar, with each winning one of the ties. We hear that unlike the previous format where the teams advance straight to the knockout stage, that is the quarterfinals, the teams have been paired based on their performance across all 3 conferences in the season playoffs. Sport Bishop, we are going to be playing the club from Senegal. Yes, Donis.
Are you scared? We do the things that we beat.
But they also defeated us.
Come on.
It was a win each.
After we have qualified. After going 3 games. Come on. I think I'm not scared. With the way the guys played at the Sahara Conference, we should be happy that we've got a team that can compete. After all, we've not gone to this stage before at the Basketball African League. And it's good, it's refreshing to see that our players are not just doing well, but are punching far above their weight. So
true.
I'm not scared for the series. I think we're going to get past AS Douanes and we're going to be doing well in Kigali. So now we know the seedings and we'll see how things pan out. I'm really happy that Nigeria will play AS Douanes. It would have been worse if we had played Al Ali Libya. It would have been worse. So I'm happy we're playing AS Douanes.
Going to the fact that we actually won the Sahara Conference at top of the table, it should give us that momentum going forward.
If we win that game, we could be playing Petro de Luanda, another tough team from Angola. And you know the culture of basketball in Angola is a very tough thing today. If we beat them, we beat Douanes, which I think we should. It will be Petro de Luanda or US Monastir. I'm not scared of US Monastir. We beat them as well. And the Sahara Conference, but if Petro de Luanda gets through, that could be a different ballgame altogether. But I'm happy we're there. Let's take it one game at a time.
Absolutely, one game at a time. But there is one girl who is not taking it one girl at a time. She's ready to move forward and bust every bubbles that is available. And who is that lady? No other person but a certain Annabella Fasuba, the daughter of a former African 100 meters record holder Olusodi Fasuba, is fast and trading the blaze as just like a father, setting to new United Kingdom, that is UK, records in the under 15 girls 100 meters and 200 meters in 1 week. Now, last Sunday, the 13-year-old set to Devon County AA Track and Field Championship records in the 100 meters and 200 meters races, respectively, where she finished being 0.02 seconds off a personal best, running a time of 12.11 seconds to win the event. And she also swept the whole field in the 200 meters with a new personal best of 25.02 seconds, which is also the new championship record and the fastest run on the day across all age categories at the event. Sport Bishop, 13-year-old Annabelle Fasuba, gradually getting into the shoes of her father. It seems our best athletes, aside tennis, they are outside the shores of Nigeria and Africa. Should we start poaching them to come back home?
I love the fact that you remember to call to pick it out that this girl is not in Nigeria. She's outside, and I just hope the athletic federation are watching her. I know when she becomes an elite athlete, you don't remember, oh, she's a Nigerian. Who said she can't run for England? Who said she can't run for United States? After all, we saw Peter Obikwelu run for Nigeria at junior level and run for Portugal at senior level. That was the country that poached him, and gave him all he needed to flourish. So,
true.
As much as we are happy that she's breaking records in 200 and 100 meters, let us start keeping tabs with the growth and development of this girl, giving her all the support that she needs to get her where she ought to be. That's the big question. All the support she needs to get her where she ought to be, and that's what we should be thinking about. So I'm happy she's doing well, but I hope the Athletic Federation are watching, the AFN are watching closely, because that's a girl for the future.
Alright, she is the girl for the future, 13-year-old, and setting records across all ages, especially in the race of the 200 meters race. She actually set the record that cuts across both the under 15, under 20, as well as the senior women. But of course, we need to continue to appreciate our own despite not being in the short. We didn't forget, we know it is a match day live in the under-17 Wafubi Championship. We will definitely be giving you in-swingers as that game progresses. But just so you know, the under-17 club... Under 17 national team that was led by Coach Onduka Ogbade actually defeated the Burkina Faso by 2-1 to win the title as Fabregas 2022. But right now we have a new gaffer in the person of Manu Garba. Of course, he has told us that he's confident that the team that he has paraded or is parading will do us proud. We will be giving you in-swingers on how that game is actually going. I think the kickoff time is 4 p.m.
Yeah.
But then we actually need to see how that one is actually panning out. It seems we have updates in that game.
We're still trying to get contact with them over there in Accra, Ghana. And when we do, we'll bring you feelers. But for now, we know the game has started already. We'll wait and see how things pan out in that big encounter.
Absolutely. All right. So while waiting on that one, I'll let you know that the first game actually went down yesterday. We are Ghana. We are ruthless against West African brothers, Cote d'Ivoire. Brotherhood had to be put aside, and then Ghana had to show them how to play the game. 5-1.
Yeah.
It actually ended.
What do you expect, man? Let's call it what it is. It was a maul, and Ghana took the game to the opponent, and then before the opponent could react, it was 5-1, and then that's the way to start it. You know, the good thing about Ghana is that they look like a team who already made to the semi-final because there are only 3 people in their group. The only game they need to play, I think, is Benin Republic. No matter what happens, I think they'll be in the top 2. So it's just because of the goal difference. They're now through to the semi-final. They will now be having one eye in the semi-final. They're now, like, in quote, one more match away from playing the CAF for the 17th championship, which is what they want to do. So for Nigeria, who has 3 games to navigate, they have only 2. And to start with a 5-1 win is like having already 1 leg in the next round.
1 leg in the next round, according to the Sport Bishop. Alright, so let's leave the shores of Nigeria and West Africa, but still remain in Africa as we hear that the Confederation of African Football CAF have adopted a Nigerian language name for its official match ball for the Interclubs competition ahead of this weekend's blockbuster lineup that will see African top clubs battle for the CAF Confederation Cup and the CAF Champions League top honors. Now, the Confederation and its match ball producer Puma have unveiled a new ball called Ola. I love this. Nigeria to the continent. Ola is a Yoruba name for the word tomorrow. Yes, that is what Ola means in the Nigerian dialect Yoruba. But so it seems that Nigeria and the western part of the country, they are actually making strides. The other time we heard the Jabulani of the South Africa as far back as 14 years ago in the World Cup. Right now, it is Yoruba Nigeria to the continent. Sport Bishop is something that's worth celebrating, shouldn't we?
Yeah, it's our language, it's our word, it's our ball. It's good to see that CAF in all their magnanimity putting Nigeria on the center stage. And I thought it would be the Moroccan name, because they seem to be the toast of CAF and FIFA. But to bring Nigeria into the picture seems to be doing something right, something really right. And maybe they feel we got the numbers, you know, and they want to trend. But it is what it is.
Of course, they are trending on VOP.
Absolutely. But kudos to CAF and do we care about the ball? It's about Nigerian teams doing well in the CAF competitions. But kudos to CAF for at least putting Nigeria on the map.
As much as I do not want to talk about the Nigeria Super Falcons and the Bayana team, yesterday it was a coach still lamenting over that defeat by the Super Falcons, and today the South Africans are still crying in is their midfielder, Nomvula Kogwala, who has come out to say that they are still licking their wounds following their failure to qualify for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Bishop, in our local palace, will say, make an arrest. Rest, but they don't want to rest.
I think it's a bitter pill in their mouth. You can't take it away from it. They want to be at the Olympics. These are African champions. To lose it in such by a slim margin, got say a penalty by Rashida Tajibade, will tells the whole story. So yeah, they're still sulking, and they're allowed to, because as a big team, you want to be the best, and you want to be in the best competitions. According to her, she said it was lack of motivation. I had to check. Was it financial motivation? Because I had a certain term, Bika telling us every day we came on the studio that they have better facilities. They have better facilities.
Their weather, the fans.
Exactly. So I was trying to find out when I realized also like, then everybody Nigeria were more motivated and more determined than their ladies. And then I get the full picture. But come on, Nigeria has not been there for over 16 years. We needed that more. And you can see the girls fighting doggedly to ensure that they get the ticket, and they did. So better luck next time. I think they should be planning for the next African Cup of Nations instead of remaining in the past. But it looks like it's really painful, because for them to be still talking about it a month after that game tells you how much it meant to them, and as well the Federation of South Africa suffer.
They are still shocking, but as for us, we have gone past that. We are seeing what's ahead of us. It seems we have news from tennis.
We'll come to tennis, but before then, let's look at the NNL. We hear that the prize money for the Super 8, after so much questions and answers, have been announced. The winner of the Super 8 will get a whooping, wait for it, 5 million naira. For the second tier, when the NPFL winner is getting 100 million naira.
Come on now, it's a step up. It is an upgrade compared to what they had last season. So we should
kudos
at least
to John
celebrate.
And his board. 5 million naira will be given to the winner. But I think the biggest picture that they will play in the MPFL, I think they will not look at their prize money. They will look at the fact that they're playing in the MPFL. We hear that 85 million will be given to the winner. And also we hear that this one is one that got me more happier than every other news I've heard in a very long time. Is the fact that no players will be allowed to register anybody until after the Super 8 is done. Well, last year we discussed about the fact that where players were coming in, they were buying players for the Super 8 after the league had ended, and after the Super 8 they disappeared. Most of the players went to the MPFL team or left the club. So now they say no registration of players until after the league has ended. And so we'll see a fair and true picture of the best team from the league make it to the MPFL.
Absolutely. Only the best will go ahead. And talking about going ahead, let's go on these commercial break. When we return, we will be taking you straight to the foreign scene. Lots of news are breaking in. Stay tuned and don't touch your dial. Alright, welcome back to the second half of that shows that makes your hair at the back of your neck to tingle, and of course I'll give you goosebumps all over your skin, and that show is a Sport Lounge that comes your way exclusive on Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. At exactly 4 p.m. the sport crew takes you around the world of sport for a complete 1 hour without break. And of course the break will go is just to pay some bills and of course lubricate our lips. When we come back, we always continue with the same fire and tenacity. It is still the Uncle Fanboy, the sport chef, on the speakers, and I have with me as well
the sport bishop, the magistrate, the pilot, the prophet, the professor, none so Arinzechi.
Just so you know, we are currently streaming live on our YouTube page. It is a Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. That is a VOP 961 Abuja. And also on Radio Garden, we have been streaming live. So anywhere you are in Nigeria, anywhere you are in Abuja, anywhere you are in Africa, anywhere you are in the world, you are under the Mediterranean Sea, you are under the Pacific Ocean, make sure that you have data. You will definitely get access to us. And it's that time where we love to hear you on the show via contribution on the studio line 070 0010 961 961 070 0010 961 961. And of course yesterday we did announce the biggest sport WhatsApp family that the community of a VOP sport community in particular we are building, and we got some new entrants yesterday. If you are not part of the family, you are definitely missing. The sport bishop have been doing the Lord's work coordinating that group with fantastic fans all over. Aimba fans, they are there. Fans of Ludo, they are there. WWE fans, they are there. Chelsea fans have been celebrating. Oh, we have made it to the Europa. They have been there. And Man United fans have been hiding their face. You want to throw that banter? Come right there, and you will be part of that community. If you want to join, send I want to join. Send I want to join on WhatsApp or text message, and we will definitely add you to the WhatsApp family. Send it to 070 35 79 2743. Once again, the number is 070 35 79 2743, and you will be added to the family. Sport Bishop, something is going on in the EPL. It is cooking in England. Let's go to the foreign scene and we'll talk about it.
Absolutely.
Touchdown, the most loved, the most followed, but the most controversial league in Europe. We hear that the Premier League will be given the chance to scrap the video assistant referee VAR from next season when they vote on the controversial review system at the annual general meeting come next month. And the feelings we are getting is that even if 2/3 of the club votes against it, it may not see the light of the day until 14 out of the 20 clubs agree to it. VAR will be scrapped. Sport Bishop.
The resolution was sent in by Wolverhampton Wanderers. They feel hard done by from the first day of the season when Onana clattered on Kalinovic in the first game. VAR checked that for over 3 minutes.
And awarded the goal.
And did not even give a penalty. And then problems started for Wolverhampton Wanderers.
You think so?
Every day they keep talking about the VAR.
And even the goal that Varane scored in the 74th minute in that game, it was controversial.
Absolutely.
According to Wolves.
VAR saw it. They screened it. And they let it go. But see, it is what it is, guys. We don't have to see how many, because I'm doing a permutation. Can they get 14? Can Wolves get 30? I know they will vote against it. Can they get 30 more clubs to buy into the idea?
Newcastle will vote against it.
Are we sure the 3 clubs coming up will vote against it?
2 out of the possible 20 will vote against it. That I am very, very certain. Can the other 18 actually toe the line?
The question is this: VAR. I think English are overcomplicating the VAR. It's not the same VAR that's used in Germany, in France.
I doubt.
Okay, it's different VAR.
I doubt.
It's a different version. VAR 2.0. But the truth is this: I think they overthink it. First of all, I'm not a fan of VAR, and you know that already because I feel the reason why we bring VAR is to eliminate errors. But unfortunately, we can't eliminate errors. You know why? Because it's still going to be prone to human judgment. You may look at something and call it a penalty and look at it and say no. So there's still going to be that human error automatically. All it gives you is a chance to look at it over and over again. That's what it just gives you. And for me, I think England they overcomplicate issues. Simple. A handball is they tell you no when the ball hits the hand in 90 degrees to the ball. They overcomplicate the
ball
matter.
to hand to ball.
They overcomplicate the matter, and it's just why they are where they are right now. The same way that was using the World Cup that we applauded, the same way that I use in Germany that the German fans are exalting it. The same one I use in England that they will check a goal for 8 minutes and give 11 minutes of extra time. You see, it's making the game, the emotion leave the game. A player would now celebrate a goal twice. He scores and he waits for VAR to confirm.
Killing that ecstasy, that rush of adrenaline.
And when he scores, he celebrates and is cancelled, he takes back his celebration.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Sport Bishop, it reminded me of a game, I think that should be match the 11 in the EPL, where a player of Brentford scored a goal, took off his shirt. The referee had to yellow card him for, I'm trying to get the name of the player, perhaps I will do that before the end of the show. He took off his shirt, the referee yellow carded the player for taking off his shirt, and then the goal was checked and chopped off, and the yellow card was rescinded.
No, the yellow card will stay, if he removes his shirt, it's there.
No, but the yellow card for taking off the shirt.
It will be there. It's not going anywhere.
You think so?
Yes, that's the rule. The rule says don't take off your shirt, whether it's a goal or not a goal. So, and that's when that crazy stuff. Okay, after celebrating a goal, you jump.
The yellow card was actually rescinded, but
it can never be rescinded.
That is the VAR for you.
Imagine you going to celebrate with the fans and get a yellow card, and they tell you it's not a goal. You're not playing. You'll not be playing on the edge without a goal. So I think I don't know. Maybe you help me out here, but the truth remains that. I'm not a fan of it because at the end of the day, it's a game. Let's allow them make their mistake and correct it. There will always be error. Technology or no technology, there will always be error. I don't know what guys you think out there. You can also have your say on this story because it's the biggest boiling point right now.
Actually.
But I think the English league, we don't want to throw it out because they will be the first team to throw it out of their league. Because look at them, the so-called best league in Europe cannot even manage an ordinary VAR.
But Anthony Gordon of Newcastle have come out to advise. He says, improve on the VAR or scrap it. Choose one.
Come on, what we saw last year, it was a nosedive. This year could be worse. So please, guys, talk to me. 0700 010 961 961. That is 0700 090 961 961. You can send us a message on WhatsApp or voice notes. Put a call to us through WhatsApp. Send us an SMS or call us on this number. Either way, your voices will be heard.
Absolutely. And with that, let's remain with news emanating from the EPL as we hear that Manchester City's first choice goalkeeper, Ederson, could be ruled out for the FA Cup final against Man United. Though we hear that he has already been ruled out for their last two games, including the game against Tottenham, where he was substituted following that injury. We hear that he will definitely sit at the one against West Ham come this weekend.
Why worry when there's an Ortega? The biggest save in the world footballing history was made.
In the world?
Against Tottenham Hotspur.
How about the
Son Colomuaned, Ortega, Emiliano Martinez. That's what happened on that day. So I think they've got a good second choice goalkeeper. It's not a problem. I think they've got a good goalkeeper in Ortega. It's not something we should be worried about. So maybe you will tell me, I don't know, but I'm not scared. For Man City, they've got Ortega as a very good. I think it should be even first choice in some of the teams in the APL. That's how good he is. But with the area of Man City will always be Man City. Every choice must always have a duplicate.
When you have a very good, I won't say perfect starting 11, but your bench is as good as your starters.
Did you say not perfect? What can be more perfect than what Man City has? They are the best team in the. Come on. The team that knocked Madrid, them out of the Champions League knocked them out on penalties.
Oh, wow.
Which other team were knocked out on penalties?
Oh, wow.
But that's why beaten hands down and sent home. So it tells you that they've got a quality team. But no matter how we try to play it down, I think he'll be missed. But they want him back up at least for the FA Cup, at least for security reasons. Because I can keep telling you, Otega's not a bad second choice. It's like having Thibaut Courtois and Andre Lunin. Lunin have been demonetizing for so long and nobody even knew Thibaut Courtois was out. But when he came back in, you could see the quality again.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
The final should be the biggest one for Manchester United, but one of those games for Manchester City. But you and I know how Pep Guardiola loves silverware.
Yeah.
If he can be this wicked, in my words, wicked to a certain boy that he raised, Mikel Arteta, not giving him any breathing space to win the EPL. Starting from last season down to this season, this man loves silverware.
Absolutely. So we'll see how things pan out, but I think it will be a miss for Manchester City.
Absolutely. But one boy that refused to miss honor the Rookie of the Month award has to go to Nigeria owner comedian. This guy is so full of life, so humorous. Even on his social media and no other person but Victor Boniface winning the Rookie of the Year in the German Bundesliga. Haven't won it 4 times in a row, or sometimes last year before going on that long injury layoff.
Yeah.
He defeated the likes of Xavi Simons of RB Leipzig, Ian Martin of Borussia Dortmund, and of course Massimilian Breyer to the award. Sport Bishop, deserving?
Absolutely. There's no better player right now in Germany when it talks about a young player than Boniface. 4 months player of the Rookie of the Month. Scoring 20 goals despite having an injury-laden season, being on the verge of making history, winning the first ever Bundesliga title for Bayer Leverkusen, close to winning a treble, still unbeaten, and always a reliable player on and off the pitch. I think he deserves the award, and a good one for Nigeria, who's doing fantastically well.
All right, so before we look at the German squad, we hear that coach Nagelsmann has unveiled his Euros 2024 squad. Before we delve into this list, we hear some names are deliberately omitted, as well as some names that do not deserve a space in this squad. They are there. Sport Bishop, let's talk for a moment. The games that went down yesterday. We saw Manchester United coming down from that back-to-back defeat at the Old Trafford. 3 defeats on the bounce, but they were the better side against Newcastle yesterday. And for Chelsea, they've cemented their spot for Europa League next season. And the players are happy with Mauricio Pochettino. Good to see Nkunku on the score sheet.
Blue is the color.
Woo!
Football is the game. I think that's the song that we're singing in our WhatsApp groups a few hours ago. But where was this Chelsea team at the start of the season?
At the middle of the season, at area 12, we were there.
But what happened, man? It just not as if they are playing fantastic football. Not as if they are blowing teams away.
They are getting the
But
results.
they are finding a way to get over the line, and that's what is important. Beautiful goal there by Christopher Nkunku, and of course, Cole Palmer. 25 goals in our competition, 22, I think so.
In his debut season?
In the Premier League. And to do so with the Chelsea team that is struggling, it makes it an extra special. And like I said, if not for anybody, I think they deserve European football for Cole Palmer. From nothing to Europa League, maybe next season Champions League football. But this one Pochettino is now feeling a bit braggadocious, a bit proud that his boys are beginning to come of age. But like I said, they should calm down, pipe down. It's just the end of the season has started again, But big one for them. They showed class against Brighton over Albion, despite the stupid red card, I must say, by Rich James. He needed not a substitute. I know not to be. What's the challenge?
And he'll be missing the first 3 games come next season.
So that's a whole captain for that matter to behave in such
a childish manner.
Abysmal way. Sad for him and Pochettino, babysitter. But for Man United, come on, what a win yesterday, Garnacho. See, please, for all Man United fans, I'm going to be looking to you in your face right now. I hope the camera is fixed on me, and as I say this beautiful thing, please let Anthony go. Let Anthony go.
After spending 82 million pounds, let him go now that his form is deep. Who do you think will pay 40 million pounds for Anthony?
You don't have to recoup. It's for the safety of your team.
Amadialo is there. He was outstanding in that game.
A goal and an assist, absolutely. Well, this is what you do when you keep a player on the bench. He came in the FA Cup against Manchester, against Liverpool, and was the hero. You dropped him back again to the down drone. I brought him up yesterday, and he got a beautiful goal and assist. He may not even play again the next 2 days. But I beg you, for all those who want to listen to me, I know if Erik ten Hag doesn't want to be hanged by the end of this season, find a way to let Anthony go, because he has caused more harm than good for this Man United team. He cost them Jadon Sancho. They are recuperating now. He wants to cost them Amad Diallo.
He actually cost them a certain Mason Greenwood. But for Anthony, Greenwood might have been forgiven and brought back to the fold. But Man United fans felt that, we have DJ Spino that can spin the ball.
That guy has been an absolute disaster.
Alright, it is still 070-0010-961-961 070-0010-961-961. As you're expecting your calls as well as the messages on our platform, so we can hear your own 2 cents over the topics that we have been discussing so far, especially the scrapping of the VAR. Alright, so let's delve into the German squad for the Euros 2024. All the players that you are thinking they are there, the likes of Manuel Neuer, Marc-Andre ter Stegen is also there. Joshua Kimmich, the captain of the team, a deputy captain, while Manuel Neuer is the captain. Ike Gundogan is there, Toni Kroos is there, Jamal Musiala, of course, he makes the squad. Florian Wirtz undoubtedly is there. Kai Havertz, the hero, is there. Niklas Füllkrug is there. But 3 names have been, I do not know if they are deliberately omitted or they are not good enough. One name that people have been angry is the likes of Matt Hummels. He is not in the squad. Leon Goretzka is also missing. And Serge Gnabry is not in the squad. Sport Bishop, is there politics or perfect call by Nagelsmann?
Come on now. Matt Hummels should be in that squad for any reason. I don't see how he shouldn't be there. Serge Gnabry, we all know he's got injuries left, right, and center. Maybe he's just playing safe. But I'm seeing some names that I'm asking, how did they get there, you know? I'm happy for one man, Kai Havertz, a rejuvenated Kai. He's going to turn Euros around.
Under Mikel Arteta, but terrible in Chelsea.
No, that's why Chelsea are Chelsea. And that's why Chelsea are sixth on the table. Anyway, but come on, some names are quite... Pascal Grobe of Brighton and Hove Albion makes the team.
Absolutely, it's shocking.
Pavlovic, who's just playing less than 20 games for Bayern Munich this season, makes the list.
Look at the defender, Robin Koch. He had been a calamity for his club side, and then you
Leeds
pick
United.
him. He has been terrible, and then you pick him against a Champions League finalist of Matt Hummels. I smell politics in
and
this
then
game.
there's no. I don't think they've got a better left back here in this team. But anyway, Julian Nagelsmann has been as stunned us. He's a stunner. He will still have to cut this list to 26. We hear, but come on, man, those names are deserved. They've had a fantastic season. Robin Koch,
Leon Goretzka, a machine that seems to that has refused to age.
But there's some names there's some names who have had a great season that should be here. The likes of Robert Andrich, the guy from Ballon.
Of course, he should be there.
Absolute beautiful player.
Having him there, fantastic call.
What's Dennis Undav doing in this team? Crying out loud. Dennis Undav. What is Joshua Kimmich? That we don't know whether it's a right back or a defensive midfielder.
Come on, he's the vice captain of the team. Come on,
Vinicius is playing the Copa America. So sad, but it is what it is. But what I've learned about tournaments is when Tim Kesha, remember, I'll take it back, brought out this AFCON list. We were like, oh, let's go and participate and come back. The team that had one certain Obiora, Wankwo. Remember?
Uchebu.
It's a Sunday, Umba. And then they came and they went to Africa and they stunned the world and won it. So who says they can't do it?
It was prayers that actually helped the team.
And they will pray in Jam.
All right, away from that, let's touch down on the NBA. The Boston Celtics triumphed 113-38 against the Cleveland Cavaliers to reach their third straight NBA Eastern Conference final, all thanks to a certain Jason Tatum, who scored 25 points for the top-seeded Celtic, and he also won the best of the 7 semi-final series 4-1, helping his side to win the best of the 7 series 4-1. It ended, Sport Bishop.
Yeah.
This is what the NBA gives us, glitz and glamour.
I think kudos have to go to the Double J, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. Come on, those guys have been fantastic for Celtic. And they keep the record going. Now they've got another final again. Last year they were in the finals of the NBA proper. They lost. Now they're in the final of their conference. And come on, man, I'm really happy for them. I'm really happy for them. They're getting past a stubborn Cleveland Cavaliers side, and to do that in an emphatic manner tells a lot of story. Kudos to Jason Tatum as well, with 25 goals for this team. He's been the best player for Celtic in the past 4 years. You know, when we talk about teams and players, remember, if you go to the box, talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo, you talk about the Golden State Warriors, talk about the Steph Curry. Those guys have been LeBron James for the Lakers. They've been consistent for a while. Kyle Irving, though he has left his team for a new squad. It's been a long come on. And kudos also as well have to go to Luka Doncic. He also had 1 point in that win, and helping his team to a 3-2 win. I beg your pardon,
over Oklahoma City Thunders.
I call them the OKC Thunders.
And Sport Bishop, knowing that they still have the Game 6 to play this Sunday to see if they can just wrap up this one.
I think they would. Look at Doncic is a quality player. He brings the European flair into the NBA. And for the past 2-3 years he's been here, talking about the NBA, I don't think no player has come close to him. Maybe Nikola Jokic, but he's been in a world of his own. He's had fun. When he came, he said it was easier than the Euro League. And he has proved it.
The only way that Andy Murray seems to get his act right has to be through injury. We hear that he has progressed to the second round of the ATP Challenger event in Bordeaux after his opponent, Kyrian Jacquet, retired at the start of the second set. That's the only way he won.
He was winning 7-5 to love now.
Kyrian would have come back if not but for the injury. He would have come back.
Come on, man. Give the man. The man is not as old as you think, you know. Don't forget, this guy had hip surgery, and to come back stronger and better like he has done tells a lot about his mental strength. We don't know he'll be playing a certain Groger Berel next, the Frenchman who beat Spanish Albert Ramos Venola 7-6, 6-2. So I'm happy for him that he's building up. Don't forget, he said he wants to play at the French Open, the Wimbledon, and the Paris Olympics. And with the way he's going, he could play at those tournaments before he says his goodbye.
Absolutely. And of course, it is time for us to say goodbyes. Just so you know that the show returns bright and early, same time tomorrow, 4 p.m. But then at 8 a.m. bright and early, we should be giving you the full result as well as the intrigues from the game between the Nigerian team and Burkina Faso for the Under-17 Wafubi Championship. Or do we have an update?
Exactly. It's halftime in that game as we speak between Burkina Faso and Nigeria, and it is goalless.
No grief for anybody.
Been scored yet. Nigeria have tried to create 1 or 2 chances, but unfortunately nothing has happened as at yet. Halftime it is. And also, just talking about the FIFA 17 World Cup, we'll talk more about that tomorrow morning. We hear that Africa will get 10 slots, while European slots will be cut down to 11.
Absolutely.
Because of how well Africa have done in the competition. The next edition will be contested by 48 teams.
To add that, because of how Nigeria has done in the World Cup, and not just Africa. We are the defending. In fact,
the World Cup.
Give kudos
from
to
24 teams, it will be now 48 teams. We hear South America will have 7, Oceania 3, Europe will have 11, CONCACAF will have 8, but Europe will still have the highest, 11 still. They always have the highest. Of course, we will be back tomorrow to give you every other information that you need. Until then, keep listening to A Voice of the People, 96.1 FM, Abuja. From the Sport Bishop and I, Uncle Fine Boy, the Sports Chef, we want to say we are done and we are gone. God bless, no stress. Adios. Fouls and Simi says, mind your business. The only business you should be minding is VOP 96.1 Abuja.